Today I'm back at one of my research areas where last year I found a lot of prints in the snow, clearly feline prints, 2 inches across I think they were. Quite interesting. A lot of movement about here and across the way, and there's a good supply of rabbits up here, so if you had a large cat living in the wild, whether a wild cat or anything bigger, it's a good food source. So what I'll do is I'll walk over to my right and see if I can see any prints at all. I know I found them there last year, so maybe there'll be more to be found this year with the snow. Of course, that would only maybe tie in with when the cat is actually here. If it's not actually in this area at the moment, there won't be anything to be found. In the last few minutes I've been looking around, I've only found fox prints, or what I assume is fox. It's clearly canine anyway. But they've been there after the first fall of snow, and then there's been subsequent flurries of snow, and they're partially covered, but clearly canine. So I'll go over here now and have a look. As you can see, there's plenty of rabbit tracks. Dozens upon dozens and hundreds upon hundreds. All going over that way. So there's plenty of availability of rabbits anyway. I've not seen anything else as yet, so we'll just keep going. Okay. There's a small print here. And even looking at that, you can see there's a leading toe on it, but we'll measure it because it's not big. However, there, and there, and there, so it's probably just domestic. But what we'll do is we'll take measurements, so we can do is estimate the size of the body from the spacing of these prints. That's interesting. Yeah, that appears to be what they call a direct register. Okay, let's do some measurements. So that's only like a 1.5 inch print. Now there is a big long-haired black feral cat that goes about here. I've seen him on trail cam. In fact, I think I've still got a picture I can put up of him just now. So I'm wondering if I think that's probably just him. But here, something even just as interesting, but not cat related. There's another print which appears to have a 5th toe. So is that a badger? The hell was that? Oh, it's a bird. Right. I saw something a bit more interesting over there though. That wasn't a bird. Right. I just saw something over there, going from right to left. Something dark. I'm hearing voices, so I don't know if somebody come out here walking a dog. That could be, the voices could be travelling far because it's a still day, it's very cold, so what we'll do is I angle that way and see if we can get a look at what it is. Could just be a dog. It was blackish, it wasn't the colour for fox, you'd know that. So I'll just angle that way anyway. We'll see. It might just be a bird swooping down low and onto the ground there, which is what I saw over there just a minute ago. But it just looked quite long. So I'll scan with the thermal as I go as well. I'll come back to you in a minute or two. I don't think it was a deer. It's just too dark to be a deer. Not seeing or hearing anything else. Crows calling, but that's it. Okay, I've had a little sweep around the area. I'm not seeing anything that would indicate that there is anything of interest here. That black line I saw, maybe it was just a crow swooping down to the ground. Quite possibly just that. But it did sort of catch my eye, so I thought it was worth looking at, just to see. Oh. One advantage of the snow is it never really properly gets dark. You've always got some level of light, which is good. It's funny how in this game you'll hear of an encounter, go out and investigate it, and then months later you'll maybe bump into the witness and you get another piece of information that related to that encounter. And I happened to bump into someone who'd had an encounter with a cat that I knew about previously, and he was telling me, this is a chap who lost hens, and he was telling me that another person had found a large pile of chicken feathers on this area of ground about a third of a mile away from his house. So that could be, I wonder if that's a spot where if the cat's in this area and it makes a kill, does it then take its kill there? So that could be something to keep in mind in the future if there's any loss of any livestock in this area, be it hens or whatever, to maybe first check that spot. No, that was just a bird calling. Oh well, better press the bravery button and get on with it. I'm having a good look around anyway. Nothing's showing up in the thermal and no eye shine in the torchlight either. So I'll just go back to the van, I think. Keep my eyes open though as we go. There's still time for a surprise.